Okay, so gonna do a quick river house update and a bit of a gripe. Chisel slipped 6 stitches in the back of my hand yesterday morning. Don't tell the doctor I never stopped working. So Shay and I are out here and we're laying floor. And I'm not, we don't have a manufacturer's name. Well, I'm not gonna highlight manufacturer's name on this flooring, but
it just went from blurry to non-blurry again.
When we got it, we got 8 boxes that are blurry. And what I mean by blurry is that, and I have no idea how this is coming across on the camera. Here, let's set this one on top of that one right there. It's not blurry. There we go. No, pull back, right there. Perfect. See the difference? If you laid that on your floor, every time you walked in, you're gonna trip and fall down because your whole floor is blurry. I am now a DIY pseudo expert on laying snap together vinyl plank flooring. This stuff, we had a bunch of problems because it came off the truck at some point in shipping, and they restacked the pallet, put the smashed edges in, and of course I signed for it. We had probably 13 boxes, 12 boxes that weren't worth of planks that weren't any good, and I was able to get reimbursed for 10. This stuff, you know, after writing the company all about this, we bought it from the same place. This stuff here, I get 8 boxes that the tops are blurry. And so they did send me 9 more, but now we're opening up the boxes that we deemed okay, only to find out that they're blurry planks mixed inside. So
why, there was non-blurry planks on top of that, and I thought it was fine. I picked up the next one and laid it on the pile, and I'm like, that's blurry.
So God only knows what is or isn't any good in the remainder of that. I had 11 boxes and I figured I'd need 9.5, but I still have the 8 blurry boxes down in the lower place. I never got a chance to toss them yet, so we might be opening that up. As far as updates, Shay's, or at least what we're calling Shay's bathroom floor, that one's laid. Dun, da, da, da. And the laundry room floor is down. We've decided what we're putting here. I'm going to match what's on Shay's floor. And then this bathroom floor is down. Oh man, I got 2 more boxes right there. I was using his weight. So yeah, it's coming right along. Shay and I'll have this floor in today. Oh, the doors, they're so beautiful. God, I spent a lot for them, but I think it was worth it. Those came from Premier Doors out of Thompson Falls. And they knock down, ship them for you. So they came on a pallet. They just closed with such a satisfying click. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. This door here is a door we picked up at an auction somewhere, and it was a dark poo brown. So Shay sanded the flat panels. We could not get the poo color out of that, so we went with if you can't remove it, make it a feature. So this door has slightly different hinge patterns, so we'll get that chiseled and installed today. Those are my chandeliers we made. The fan is up. You know, I'm supposed to have kitchen cabinets here in 2 weeks. I've been hearing that for 6 weeks, but you know, my father-in-law's a busy man. I'm not gonna push him. We're kind of waiting on that. The house does now have a flush toilet installed. I don't have this vanity hooked up here. So we're getting close there. Showers are all installed. This floor is installed. And this is the one we're working on today. except we're finding blurry tiles. Let's see, other than that, Shay and I had an opportunity to go film with the Gold Rush Discovery Channel guys. So they prefer that I not really speak too much about it. So I won't go into any greater fancy details, but sometime in January, February, that'll come out. They did sort of an episode in Virginia City, and I guess he and I sort of remain Virginia City gold prospecting authoritarians. I know there are others, but those people are too busy. But yeah, so that was cool. He got to get a private gold panning lesson from the star of the show. So I've got good pictures of that. What did you think about Dave?
Yeah, I liked him.
Dave Turin. He's a really neat guy. He's a very fascinating guy, enthusiastic about history. That was pretty cool. But yeah, just these damn blurry tiles. Oh, you know, we don't blast. We don't use the channel's leverage, right? As Elder Lying Iron calls that, electronic panhandling. We don't electronic panhandle. So I'm not going to put out the name. I'm not going to put out the company. These gray tiles show a package date of 2020. So, you know, heart of COVID, coming out of China somewhere, I'm sure, this recycled plastic. And, you know, if they're going to put a clear, a sharp focus one on top of a box of blurry, I mean, these guys are essentially drop shippers. I'm not going to blast them for that, but I'm just so done, right? I like to snap together. Careful, don't crack the edges. These are really brittle. I like the snap together vinyl flooring. The brown stuff was a touch more forgiving, but it arrived more broken. The gray stuff is a little more finicky, but I think it's a little higher quality. Your floors have to be not level, but dead flat. So, you know, that's been a bit of a problem for us because these are all hand cut floor joists. Every one of them we cut ourselves, and we just flat saw. So, you know, you get that floor joist from the center of the tree, and she's got a lot of vertical shrinkage. You get that floor joist from the edge of the tree, which doesn't have any. Yeah, I don't know what else we could have done. We couldn't have bought them, right? They had to have done this way. So this is just me dealing with the legacies of the realities here, but it's definitely coming along. And Shay, who is sorting this stuff for me and bringing me, we have 3 boxes open at a time, and he brings me one. He inspects them for the edges, and he brings me one after another. What's that?
That looks like a Sharpie mark.
It does look a lot like a Sharpie mark. I think I would lay that anyways. I'm not too worried about that.
It's like trapped inside the tile.
Yeah, it's a mark on the tile. I'm still not too worried about it. But yeah, Shay's selected them out. We'll have this done, and then I promised him we would hang his bathroom door because he's had that ready for a while. I can feel the heat in this thing. I know as long as I don't pull a stitch, right, we can keep going. And I'm pretty sure I would feel that if I did it. So I'm trying to ease into it and use my right hand. You got a dirty mind. So I'm trying to ease into it, use my right hand. I'm not explaining it, bud. And not use my left. I think after this, we got the brown truck full of wood scraps that needs to be processed and stacked for firewood. And then I think we might start grinding on some baseboard. You know, I've got a bit of a punch list to do here. And I think, you know, we're getting close. We're going to lay carpet in the master. And it's, you know, it's a 12-foot wide room. So, I mean, there's like no cutting. Just layer out, seam for the closet, Bob's your uncle, and we're done. I'm not going to worry about that upper landing up there. We'll probably be in here before we do that one. But yeah, it's getting closer. You know, the hot water heater could be hooked up, but I really wish that back wall was sheeted before I did that. So that might be one more thing we push for in this fall, is to do that really sketchy back wall. I'm gonna just do it in vertical metal. No one will see it. It'll be cheap, it'll be fast. And then when it's done, then I can terminate, because all of these wall vents go out this back wall behind me here. So whether it's the oven vent or the dryer vents or the bathroom vent, they all vent out through that wall. And then I can terminate them. Otherwise, if I install the hot water heater vent system, I have to uninstall it to put the metal on, or put a giant hole. Anyways, who knows? We might just stuff it in there and just roll with it, because we're rapidly running out of time. We're not going to make it in. Regardless, we're not going to make it in before school starts. I've only got 2 weeks now. But we will probably make it in by Christmas. So that's cool. Yeah, there's your river house update. Those of you that are following along. And when I know more about work with the Discovery Gold Rush crew, who were super awesome people, I'll post it. Thanks for watching.